Praise the name of Jesus, praise the name of Yeshua, praise the name of our God, Master, the God of Israel. Now today I'm here in the Bible Roots. Welcome to Bible Roots, where we study the word of Adonai Yahweh in depth. I have here a very simple and little thing which I want to make clear. I have here some message, crucial message, which I would like to send to you. So, I would like to share this thing with you so that you will understand. Your mind becomes wide in the word of God, in the word of Adonai Yahweh. So, we're in the journey and we are closing the studies of Genesis 7. And after Genesis 7, we will go to Genesis 8. But before we go to the Genesis 8, I would like you to understand well Genesis 7. So, there is a verse here in Genesis 7, verse 11. It talks about the great deep, whereby this great deep opened up the fountains so that they gave up waters to cover up the whole world during the floods in Noah's time. So, verse 11 says, chapter 7 verse 11 says of Genesis, it says that in the 600th year of Noah, of Noah's time, of Noah's life, in the second month of the 17th day of the month, the same way were all the fountains of the great deep. This is the word which I want to explain. All the fountains of the great deep. I want to pick up a notion, great deep. So this great deep here, we are saying that the fountains of the great deep were opened so that the waters come and make these oceans and the seas to overflow, so that they give up. They bring water to cover up the whole world. So this great deep, this is my point here. This great deep we are reading and we are studying in Genesis 7 is the great deep we are seeing in Genesis 1. Because Genesis 1 also has this great deep, which says that darkness hovered over the great deep. Let's go to Genesis 1 and we see. So when you read this verse and you read Genesis 1, I would like you to understand and put this in your mind that these verses, all of these verses, they are referring to one place. It is one place. So this great deep which opened its fountains to give out water is the great deep in Genesis 1, which is being talked about, which was hovered over by darkness. So, Genesis 7, it says like this. When you look at Genesis 1. Genesis 1 says, in the beginning, Yahweh created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. The Bible which I'm reading is saying the deep, but other Bibles will say great deep. So this deep we are reading in Genesis 1, which was covered by the darkness, which was covered over by the darkness, is the same great deep we are reading in Genesis 7. And when you go further, when you go to Revelation 20. So I would like you to know that these three chapters, they are referring to one place. When we read this great deep in Genesis 7, and you read the great deep in Genesis 1, and you read this great deep in Revelation, sometimes it's called the abyss, the abyss. So in Revelation 20, just know in your mind that it's the same place. It's the same place which was covered over by darkness. It's the same place which which its fountains were opened so that they give out water to cover up the whole world, and it's the same place where Satan was chained, as Revelation 20 says. Because Revelation 20, let me go there that we understand well. So Revelation 20, it says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless." This chapter is using the word bottomless, but put this in your mind. Bottomless is the same thing as the same word which was used as the great deep, and it's the same that other Bibles will use abyss. So others will use great deep, and we are seeing this one is using bottomless. You hear me? Having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. This great deep, which Revelation is saying that Satan was chained there for over 1,000 years, is the same great deep. Revelation Genesis 7 is saying that the fountains were opened up and it gave out water, and it's the great deep which Genesis 1 is saying that it was covered over by the darkness, or spiritual darkness in Genesis 1. So don't be confused on that. I don't want your mind to be confused on that. When you read these verses, just understand that they are referring to one place. Shalom.